Good morning, everybody. You look at the exercise number one. We're going to highlight this as a blue. So this is pertaining to just now our little discussion. You see here this is what is translated. You say when the blessed one was worshipped by the king, there wasn't a single sakyan. Okay, there was a single sakyan. That means now, if you look carefully in the translation, now this translation is a bit complicated. You see, now Ranya come from the word Rajan, so that means this is either instrumental or ablative. All right. So you either by the king or from the king. So this is indeclinable. So this is definitely is a past participle. Vanda plus ta, vandita. So in this case, this is it cannot be plural. It has to be locative. So this is Bhagawantang. This is come from the verb Bhagavantu. So that means this is accusative. So then if you continue this line, you continue Avandita. Can you see this and this? This and this. So what you need to do, you remember if there is more than one action, the first action, more than one action, that means more than one action. You remember more than one action. One action. So the first action normally will be using a gerund and is a tua. They will use a gerund first. If it's not gerund, then you can use a present participle. Then if it will end up with a verb in present tense, past tense, or future tense. So usually this is the case. So in this particular case, if you look this word, vandite and avanditwa. So that means this one is 100% cannot be, that does not belongs to this word. So that means there is a segregation here. That means the sentences should end. So that means your translation should end here. So now, so this so so in this case we take this one, okay, we take, so we take that means locative first. So if locative first, that means this is the first part of your translation should be like that. This is the first part of your translation. Okay, first part, that means you see in paying respect, because this is salutation or homage or respect. So in this case, in paying respect here, then you can see a verb within an object. So this verb takes an object. So the object is this one. Okay, this verb take object. That means it's paying respect to the Bhagawa, Now, so we pay respect to the Bhagawa. Then this one is the extension. Can you see extension? Name is extension means will be here by the king. Okay, extension. Follow this one. Means this is extension. This is extension. This is the object. This is object. Okay, right. This object. Okay, object. So see, you can do it. So the sentences, if you do one to one, it will be by the king. This is but it doesn't belong to it does not necessarily belong to this line. By the king, okay, in paying respect to the Bhagawa. All right, that is how it goes. So if you redo the sentences, that means if you redo the sentences, This is also number one. This is redo the. So normally in English translation, we have to put this as last. Yeah, this is last. So redo the sentences. We already get the meaning already. We already get the meaning already. We say So in Pali translation, normally locative, a locative. Sometime I give you the rule. Sometime is translated into instrumental or locative. You don't have to, it can be, I mean, not say locative. Locative, absolute. In this case, it's not locative. You can use the word when. When plus present participle. So when plus present participle, technically it will appear as locative absolute. You see, so this is number two. So you say when paying respect. See this one by this one in paying respect, this line now is going to change into here when paying respect, because this is an English. Because in and when when it's referring to a location, then yes, it's in. But when it comes to certain word like paying respect, in paying respect, you can say when paying respect. In paying respect and when paying respect, they are exactly the same. So when paying respect to the Bhagawa by the king, in this case by the king, because this is by the king. So the line is already redo in such way. I will take up this the last one, just I insert. Let me pull it up. Okay. So when paying respect to the Bhagawa by the king. So this was seems is a better English translation. So in this particular translation, you see the patterns of changing from number one, that means from number one to number two. Okay, so this should be your final. We're paying respect to the Bhagawa. Now, since this and this does not jive, because I already say, because this is a verb, this is also a verb. So this doesn't belong to them. So now, if you look at line number two, you see the answer here, this is the answer given. Now, whenever you see something like that, this is samato nama. Automatically, you know this is a proper noun. In front of the nama, there is samato. That means this is a person. So what I do is, I say, so I take this part, samata by name, so that you know that this is not a. Otherwise, this is going to be a past participle. So this is going to be the samata by name. So in this case, this is the subject, and this is the verb. This is a verb. This one doesn't belong to this. This one belong. So you see, it's very difficult because this is one verb here. This is a final verb. Can you see this is now ROC? This is a past tense. Can you see? This is a past tense. This is your verb. This is infinitive. So this one doesn't belong to this. Because there is no comma, it is very hard for you to figure out. So you must know the rules of translation. This is the rules of translation. So what we do is here. Okay. So what you do, we take a subject here. That means here. See, can you see this? Echo and Sakio. This is an adjective to this. Okay. Sakio, Sakio, if you look into dictionary, is a short form of Sakya. It's another name, Sakio. Let's see, I'll show you Sakio first. Where is my Pali dictionary? This one, S with a long A, Sakia, Sakia. This one, this is the long A, Sakia. Can you see? So the root is sak and plus E. That means of second clang. Okay. Now, understood? Of second clang. Clan, second clan. So now what we do is that this. So when this is a sub, this is in nominative. This is also nominative. So in this case, this is a adjective to this, and this is adjective to this. So what we do is, can you see one, here, one, Sakian, okay, nama, by the name, Samata. This is the line, this is the line. This, that means, so in this case, this should be two, one, that means our translation will be like that, one Sakian by the name Samata. Now, so this is, because this is all in nominative, this is a subject. Now, so after the subject, normally we will look for a verb. So in this case, can you see the word kitati means stand. Tatum means is infinitive to stand. This is mean to stand, to stand. And plus this, that means in this case, you see, that means this is going to describe this. I put who, okay. Can you see the word are here? This are is applied for this word, and this are is applied to this word. This is na vandita, and na tatum. So in this case, na means not. Who was not, I add in able to stand, because I want to use the word tatum to stand. Tatum to stand. So I need to add in one here to stand. And this case is worship. Can you see worship? And then this one takes the same object here, because this take what? So this object I share by two. So this is something very difficult for a lot of beginner. That means this you will see that this verb take this object, and this verb take the same object. That means we have common object. You must remember this is hardly seen in your basics exercise. This is only in this is the jataka. That means this verb take this object. This verb also take this object, because this is one another person. This is also another person. So they can share this common object. Can share the common object now. So in this case, the word here, the word na here is, this is na, because I use who. I use who was not. Who was not. So the translation logic is this way. Na, this is na, to stand, and worship. This is worship. Vandita. So R is in front. This is R. So this is the translation. So I add in who, I add in able. Can you see? One second by the name Samata, who was not able, means unable to stand and worship the blessed one. So can you see the word here? Vandita Tatum, because this is how you go. So if you translate the way I translate, then you say, hey, wow, this is given by the book. They say, when the blessed one was worshipped by the king, there wasn't a single Sakyan stood up, So in this particular case, the thing is different already, It's different. So it means that all the Sakyans stood up except this Samata. Samata is the one who cannot stand up. So the translation is not easy. One line is the most difficult, is to translate one line. So this one is not this is a overall translation. This is overall translation of the Jataka Nidana. Nidana means causation. Okay. Can you see the word Nahosi means was? Can you see Nahosi was not? Was not. So in this case, was not. So this Nahosi is this. I was going through this so many times. The one I sent to you, it may not look like the one I'm using now because I have to relook into the translation to give you a simple and easy way of doing the thing. So in this case, the word pana here is here. That means everybody is everybody, including the king, worship to the Buddha, except so in this case, except one guy lah. So in this case, the word pana could mean except. Except PT could mean except. Because so that means here there wasn't any single Sakyan. So this is not, I won't take this translation. I will give you my translation. All right. So this is how it goes. Any question on this? No, okay, no, that means you can understand. So that means this is the final. You take this is the final. This is the one. This one. Yeah. This is the one. So the one highlighted in yellow should be our translation. When paying respect to the Bhagawa by the king, then you can put except one Sakyan by the name who was unable to stand up and worship. This one no need to put already. This one no need to put because this is mentioned here already. When you put except, that means in English, this one also don't have to put anymore. No? So English is something like that. So you can take away and you can add in, because if you line by line is different. When you put overall one line, it will be again different. You can see that. Yeah, okay. I will move to the second line. Second line. Okay. Second line means this is Raja Sambika Adayo. Now, so when you see this is a subject, and then this one having the same case, you know that this is definitely is an adjective. Then Hatena, this is instrumental, Asatakang. You see, all the time, Pali, one thing is very good. Normally, when there is a verb, there is an object in front. In front, the object always is in front. It means accusative followed by whatever. In this case, this is a present participle. This present participle, you see, present participle, I draw this line, that means this is describing the king. And this one is also describing the king. This is the king. And then this one is, this word takes this object. So now what you do is, we take a subject first, the king. Now, and in this case, can you see the word here is hadaya. Hadaya means heart. So this is inserted in heart, because either is apportional or is apportional, you put is. If it's a possessive, you put has. If you don't want to use has, you can use whose. This is also possessive. Okay. Now the word here is heart. So the heart here is sambhika. Sambhika, it may be a bit difficult. So you have to look into the dictionary. Either you look into your dictionary, the meaning given in the book, or you take from your online dictionary. So you take online dictionary. So you cannot put dash, you must take out like that. You take out like that, you try, see whether it can come out or not. It cannot come out, then you have to split. Still can come out. So that means here it says, because the word daya means heart. Daya, this is daya. Daya means heart. So you can see the combination of this and this. Okay. So what we do, we split this into two. Because the meaning here, emotionally stirred. We also don't know what is emotionally stirred. So what you do is we cut off this. We take Hadayo means hadaya lah, because it's in nominative. Can you see this is hadaya means had? Yeah. Had is had. Can you see the word had? Hadaya. Okay. So you take the other word. The other word is this one, some bigger. Some bigger. That means this is the one. So some bigger is a past participle. Vic plus TA. Can you see which plus TA? TA, it becomes GGA. This is a Sunday. So in name is agitated, terrified. Terrified lah. Fear lah. Terrified. So that means terrified. So you can put either agitated or fear. Terrified or fear. So this is how it goes. So what I do is I don't want to put exactly like what you see in the dictionary. So I put heart, king whose heart agitated. So I have to use this, whose heart agitated. That means in this case, have fear lah. Because when you got fear, that means you are your heart is agitated. So this is how you get up to here, this line. Okay. So the next line is because this is the verb. Some plus ta plus pain, and ta. That means this. If you look at this word, this definitely is present participle. But then, what is the meaning? Okay, the meaning is important because you may not get the exact meaning in what we translate or what you find in your book. This is become ta lah. Ta. Because can you see some plus pa plus ape? So in this case, this word, when you look in the dictionary, you got adjusting lah, fixing lah, folding lah. So now I could copy. Put it here. See, there. Number two, so I put this is our notes lah. Yeah, you see, you see here, maybe this object is satakang. Satakang is clothing. Cloth. It is because if you look in the dictionary, satakang is cloth. That means in this case, you look the word satakang. After I will explain why we choose the one copy. Take away the M, sataka. See, sataka means outer garment, cloth. So in this case, we simply say clothing. Clothing, that means what kind of clothing, it doesn't matter. Clothing, so we take clothing. So in this case, if this word with cloth, we take as a clothing, which means the dress lah. So in this case, this word santa pento, it should be either you are adjusting or trying to fix your clothes. So in this case, no problem. We just take one of that, adjusting and fixing your clothes here. Okay, so that means this, that means the king whose heart is agitated. Then followed by he. You can say he. So if you put a comma, then you don't have to put a he. If we start another line, he is adjusting. This is inserted in. This is not there because it's referring back to the king. Yeah, adjusting his clothing. Clothing, that means can be upper dress or lower dress, whatever dress is, you can. Now, this part is done now. And then this one is always the extension lah. Yeah, extension You see extension here. So the extension here, this is whatever, any case other than instrumental, other and instrumental onward, we will classify as extension. So in this case, with the send lah. So we put it here. So you always see instrumental in English is always last, always last of the line. Adjusting his clothing with his hand or by the hand is whatever you think is appropriate lah. So this is done already. This is done. Up to here, this is done. So it means this is done. Okay. So now we goes to the continue from here. Continue from here. You can see that this is the run. This takes to Rita and to Ritang. So this is quickly lah. This is repeating uh, quickly To Rita means it's quickly. So this is a subject. No, sorry, this is not this is the verb. So that means in this case having gone out so we just here we don't want to put having anymore because we already went out quickly. Can you see went out quickly. Okay, this verb takes this object. Then there is another vegena gantua. And in this case, gantua means having gone. So having gone, we just gone. So this is Vega means Vega. So here is with speed. Gone with speed. So if it is gone with speed, we cannot put gone with speed. We have to put gone speedily. Understand? No? This become adverb. No doubt this is locative. Not locative. This is instrumental. I will show you Vega. So this is how you change your translation. Vega. Vega means speed. Yeah. You can see here. Causing to move. Pause, impulse. Okay. So in this case, so when you see something like that, you know that speedily lah. So because this is what you see and what you're going to translate is two different things. You know, of course, you already more or less know the meaning. So you choose the verb that fits into your sentences because you look at here. Went out quickly. So the word went out quickly, and then that means went out quickly, gone with speed, gone speedily. That means in a hurry lah. So this is how we choose our word lah. Then up to here, you can see up to here. Then this is another gerund, see one gerund, two gerund, three gerund, gerund. So we stay here, and can you see the word here? Having stood, stood, Urato. This is in front of, stood in front of the Buddha or the blessed one. So this is, it means that there is one person is doing this one, which is the king. And then finish. And then in this case, aha is a perfect tense. So I put, because this is the perfect tense, it's a past tense. So I put n because this is all comma. And that means in this case, you can put a comma here, and comma here, and a comma here. So after putting the comma, the last verb, you say and said. Said something lah. I said something, we can see said something, so now I said something, so I'm going to bring this to join this, Can you see there's an et there? So whenever there is an et here, I will put two dot lah. Two dot, that means it's open quotation, open quotation, I don't, instead of using like that, instead of doing in this manner, instead of doing this manner, I put like that. Also can say. Okay, now this is why. Can you see why? Why? Because this is open quotation. This line up to here. Can you see this line or not? This line. This line. You can see this line. Okay, draw one more line. So that means the open quotation is here. That means this is a question. See why? And then these are. Can you see why? Can you see why? Can you see this word? Na saka. This word is unable lah. Na saka means unable. Can you see unable The black one unable. See Kim, I put here Kim, na saka. And then can you see this infinitive? Lappa plus tum because of the iti here, and then the sandi, this has to change to n. So why unable to receive. Can you see the receive? So this receive, this verb takes this object. Can you see? Wow, this is really complicated, but anyway, I think we you can understand because this verb takes this object. Yeah, take this object. That means, can you see the word food here? Okay, I'm going to cut this and then cut this first. Move it a little bit backward so that yeah, receive food. Okay, up to here, receive food. Yeah, food. Then this one continue to this. Can you see this is either dative or genitive? So if you take just this, that means for mang. That means if we take this, that means put for mang, put for mang. But however, this one and this one is the same case because what one is anang, one is unang. Remember, anang and unang, because anang, because it's end with u, it become unang. And if end with a, it will be anang. Okay. So this become etaka. Can you see the word etaka? So it end with a become anang. If it's you, it become unang. So that means this is a plural. So it has to be dative. So in this, so what I do is for so many months. This word is for so many. Etaka, you look into dictionary, it's a bit tough. This line is very tough. Etaka. This line is tough. See, so much, so much, this much, so long. So if you use this so much, from here. Now, if it's so much, it refers to things. It's so much, it refers to things. Things. This much also it can refer to things. So long it refers to time. But in this case, we are not talking about things or time. We are talking about human being. So we have so many. So we use so many monks because we cannot so much monk wrong. So much monk. So long monk is wrong. So we have to change the word much into many because it's many monk. You understand? So this is what you call it in qualifier for a monk because this is a quantitative. How many monks we see? Many monks. We don't see if it's how much rice. We don't say many rice, how much rice. So it is English, we have to adjust it accordingly. So in this case, we use for so many months. So that means you can see this the line. So that means this is close quotation up to here. So there why unable to receive food for so many months. This is perhaps this is your first translation. Now redo. This is number two. This is number one. This is the number one. This is number two. I'm going to change it a little bit so that you can see from my perspective. So I put why so many monks unable to obtain food? Isn't this is better than the above translation? Can you see? So the logic no longer, the logic is this should be the one we want. This is the one we want. You don't have to worry about it doesn't follow your case number. It definitely follow. Initially it follow, but when it comes to sorting out to get your translation better, you change a bit, it's no problem. So this is how it goes. This is how it goes. Why so many monks unable to obtain? Because the word why is like that. You get what I mean? So that means the why king will have a question mark because this is interrogative phrase. Now, This is done. Any question on this? Okay. So the last part is, okay, can you see the word sanyang? Sanyang, and then this word, karita. So this is ET. That means this is a full stop. This is a full stop. So in this case, you have to decide whether you first, what is this word? This word is definitely come from the word. So what we do, we do this word. Yeah. THA, it can most likely, it can be a past participle or it can be something else. Can you see now? Yeah, Kari. Kari is AOR. Can you see this? Kari. So here it says AOR second person plural of Kari. That means this one can be past tense. This can you see, the word here, this is a past tense. So if you are not sure, you just have to do a conjugation. It's a second person. When conjugation, I tell you, is a second person. Second person. Right. So once you establish that, then once you establish that, you see, okay, in this case, you see, and you cannot differentiate imperative and imperative second person noun. Present tense, AOR, AOR versus imperative. Imperative after second person onward. This is, after the second person onward, you cannot detect already because, like, for instance, I take another word for you. Ho, Hosi, take Hosi. This is the past tense. This one cannot show imperative. So what I do, I take Ho2, I take Ho2, so, imperative, Ho2, Ho2, Ho2. Then I take Ho2. Okay, this is imperative. You see, this part. Okay, you see, Hota, this is imperative. You look at the second person present tense, plural, also hota. So you cannot differentiate between imperative and non-imperative. No, you cannot. So perhaps I need to find another word to show TTHA. Let's say, let me try this word. What word? Two and see. I try this word and see. I come to. No, cannot. This one not get come to. Uh, cantu. Let me think about a word. Let my brain got jammed. Cantu. Titantu. Titantu. I'm going to use the word titantu and see. Titantu. Titantu. Sana imperative. So titantu is what titantu. Okay, I'm going to use this. Now, this is a present tense second person. Can you see the THA here? Can you see the imperative? Here. Also THA. So you cannot differentiate whether it's present tense or imperative. So this is something a bit tricky lah. Now, so what happened is I I put here as imperative. I put here, I put imperative. So in this case, here the word ha is do. So you do. So that means is that you do plural you do. So in this case, so the verb here takes an object, sanyang. Sanyang that means here is sanyang means sanya means perception. So in this case, perception in English, so in this case, what? So you do perceive. You do perceive. This is you do perceive. This is something like integrative. You do perceive. Is it? But however you put in there, that means it's a second person. So I rephrase it. I rephrase it. So in this case, rephrase. I make it into integrative because the way I look at it as that means, do you think? So instead of in English, we don't say do you perceive this. We say do you think such and such. So do you think I put in this manner? Can you see? You put in this manner. So okay, you put in this manner. So the translation will cannot fit exactly. So you have to see what is the message here and you redo it. After that, redo it. Then we see. Okay, now you see. When redoing, you see the first line. The first line is the king. His heart is agitated. So his heart is agitated. And then after that, adjusted his claw. What you can do is you can say when the king heart is agitated, then he adjusted his cloth with the hand. He is nervous. So he's nervous. He do something pulling his cloth or something like that. So the second line, after that, that means deliver to the king. So we don't have to say because we put comma here already. Comma means they refer to the king. The king went out quickly. With speed or speedily. Because this is talking about the king speedily and stood in front of the Bhagawa and say. That means he say. That means it's an exclamation. Exclamation. Say means it's exclamation. But in this case, because of the et. Say. Okay. Then he say. Now. For this, there are one translation. I put A lah. Okay, to B. Okay. Why did you ruler? Why did you perceive? Because the word here is perceiving. So because English you cannot use why perceiving. You have to why do you perceive? Why do you perceive? This is a English when you ask question, it has to be in this format. Why do you perceive? Okay. Then in this junction,
no D.
Why do you perceive? No D. Why do you perceive? In this case, here, somewhere around here, somewhere that, okay, that, then they are unable to get food for so many months. So that means, if you say, why do you perceive unable to get food for the month? I mean, there is some translation problem because here, the line here is not very clear. Who cannot get? Because that means this is not talking about the monk himself cannot get food. That means somebody is trying to put offer alms for the monk or something like that, or referring to monk. So this one you are not very sure, In this line, you're not very sure. So this translation, you as long as you know not sure, you put what you think. That's all. You put what you think. But most likely at the end of the day, you may not be perfect, but then you will be all right on because at the end of the day, the question is why the monk cannot get food. It can be because in the sutta there are times when there is a drought, no rain, the harvesting is bad, so they cannot offer food to the monk. So they cannot offer food. So this once Because I know the sutta, I know de lah, that means it refers to the donor lah. Or, or this is alternative. Why have you thought? Because the word sanyang, that means sanyang. Why have you thought it would be impossible for the monk to get rice or something like that? So this is an idea of translation. Idea of translation. This is the idea. This is the idea. This is idea. This is the literary meaning, literal meaning of the translation. So after this is the idea how you translate. So it's not so easy. I can tell you it's not so easy. So you can do this translation, or you can do this. Why so many monks unable to obtain food? There are so many translations. You see the logic, you can see. So I the one I highlight is the one I think I want to translate lah. I want to translate that. So the the basis of some translation needs certain argument. In yourself internally, like you argue, and then you see which is the best way to come out. You get me, huh? So that in this particular case, how can somebody give you a book or a guidebook for you to do a translation? They cannot be. It's very hard. And no way, I can tell you, there's no way, because you can translate in so many ways. It depends on your English, your grammar. It depends on your little bit understanding of the sutta. So it's very difficult. So you translate accordingly lah. Okay, I will do the number three. After number three, we'll stop lah. So, yeah, you see, under bala parita, pitarang. This is pitu, father. Bala, this long A is full. Anda is blind. Okay, now you see, this, Anda blind and foolish father. Okay, you see, this is the translation, not my translation, because of very foolish father. So it means blind and foolish, it takes this very foolish. See, now. Okay. Nisaya is indeclinable, indeclinable, because of this one got a lot of meaning. So we need to look at this, we needs to look into this. After that, this line is also difficult to translate. This line is also difficult to translate because you see, when you got ayah, normally it can be dative, for masculine noun and with a. So in this case, can you see, it can be a gerund, it can be indeclinable. So what we do, we will copy two of these out. We copy from here so that we can have some idea that how should we translate the sentences. We copy this. I put it here. This one here. Take another one. I take this. This is gerund. This is indeclinable. I cannot copy all the file. So just because I take. We take some, then we will sort it out. Okay. Now, see. So in this particular case, what we do, we take this, even though this can be a gerund or indeclinable. You see, it can be a gerund indeclinable. So what we need to decide whether this or this. You see, indeclinable, you see, or a gerund. In this case, it's a gerund or indeclinable. It's being supported depending on, then you see number three, number three, This one the one. This one definitely is not already. So this one the one already. You see, now. So we look at this word already. We look at this. This one is the second word. So what we do in this case, can you see this word is this one? Because of on the account of, okay, so you, you can translate like that. You can translate. Normally in English, we seldom use the word because. Uh, we seldom use this one because of. Because of this one because this is a gerund. This is an object. That means this you draw a line so that you need to rephrase your sentences because otherwise this one is a gerund. Take an object. Yeah. So because a gerund will always take object, so this is not applicable. So so as by now we should be able to know that which is which. Okay, now we say because here yellow one because of blind and foolish father, because this is the object. So this is gerund, this is the object. Now, that means this is finished. This is one line already. It's finished here. All right. Then this is the second action. Second action, that means approach, approach. Can you see the word here? Having approached Buddha. This one also take this object. And this is interesting. This is interesting. Ewa Rupang. So Ewa Rupang, so this is Ewa Rupang. The word should be Ewa plus Rupang. So this is a little bit difficult to understand, translate Ewa Rupang. So what we do, we will try to figure out this Ewa Rupang. How should we translate? Because this, can you see this and this same case, Ewa, Rupang, and Budang there. This has to be adjective to this. But so we need to find out why. How should we translate this? So now you can take this. This is an adjective, such, similar, of such a quality. Okay. So Ewa, Rupang, where is it? Ewa, I put here. Technically, you should take which one? Technically, such of such quality Buddha. Technically, because Buddha has certain quality, so you don't use similar, you use such a quality. So it's difficult to put such a quality Buddha. So approach such. So you can put rephrase Buddha. So if you rephrase, that means this and this this and this one. Okay. So Ewa Rupang Budang. So this, I'm going to choose this as the way to translate lah. This is how I want to translate my space. Right? Uh, from here. Uh, back here. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, so this is how I will to translate. Yeah. The Buddha with such qualities, make it plural lah. Make it plural because Buddha only to talk about one. So, if you decide to do something like that, you're okay. Huh? Yeah, do something to like that. Otherwise, if you don't know how to translate this, you put such a Buddha will do. Such a Buddha will do. Right. See, okay, now the next line, the next line. The next line, you know that this one and this one, even though you see a wa here and a wa here, and I mean in this case, these two to to give dana. Can you see this one? This is a infinitive, this is an object. Okay, subject. See, can you see? To give alms. This is dana means to give alms lah, because it's referring to monks to give alms. And or can you see the two wa? This is or it put in between is okay one no. And this datum take this danang, and then this sotum takes this damang. Sotum it come from the word to hear, sota. Uh, this word is sota. Sota is a past participle. Heard. Sotum to hear the dhamma. So in this case, to hear the dhamma, I put to listen to listen to the dhamma lah. So this is how you put lah. So that means this is one line already. Or the next line again, the next line again, you see now. This next line, can you see this is a bit difficult because when you look at that na latam can use you that means here you will have na. There is a because here is long a, that means there is a here. And then this one, you know that once there's a A in front of the lam, usually it has to be A or R. But in this case, this is a past tense. This is a past tense of the first person. You what you can do is is take away the na, retain the A, and then you try it out. Try it out. Can you see here? Alata. Okay, alata. Okay. Okay. Can you see here? This is the one. So here, what you do is you can do the conjugation. Can you see AOR, alatam, alata, alata. So this is difficult. And then the conjugation, this is this is difficult. Second person and the third person singular are the same. It's difficult. So in this case, it means cannot obtain lah, because now in front cannot obtain. In this case, so, uh, so cannot this is what you call this is did not get lah. So here is the first person I did not get. Can you see here? First person I did not get. Right. So what we do is here this line I did not get. See here did not get here it did not get. I did not mention what no. So it means so here that means this is repeating this object and this object. That means I did not get. I did not here. I did not So in this case, I cannot put the get already. I did because here is referring. I did not give arms or listen, because here with this word takes the object. It's no longer infinitive. It just takes an object here. object. It means did not give. I'm going to write it out. Okay, so that's how you go lah. I did not give alms or listens to the Dhamma. Okay, so this line initially to give, because this is all to give to listen. So that after that, when we join this in, we have to take out redo the sentences. Up to here, nati. Can you see the nati? Nati means there is ati plus there is no. Can you see anyang? This two is an object. No other. No other. Then can you see the katabang? Katabang is a future participle. Not past participle. I put wrong. Future participle. Future past. Future past participle. Future participle. Future participle. So there is no other to be done. So that means I think there is. I just insert this in. No other things to be done. No other things to be done. So I put this lah. And then up to here lah. Then the next line, you can see the next line. This is also a verb, a verb. Okay. Now you look at here is I, and then this is padesi. This is the third person. Third person, a third person, So how can this join to the I? It didn't join to the I. You know why it didn't? Because the word manang is the mind. So the mind is not he or she, is it. It is it. So the mind is it. This it, third person is an object, refers to the mind. So it means the word padesi, it gladden the mind only. So it gladden the mind. So it doesn't refer to the person, it gladden the mind. So that is how you translate the thing. But you look at this line, at which junction it gladden the mind. It's a junction because of all these is all negative, and then suddenly here is positive. You must see the dot there. The dot in between here, there must be some other line. So that means the phrase here, this example taken is not very good. It's very tough for your beginners, because there must be something before it gladden his mind. It means probably after approaching the Buddha, the Buddha advised him to give alms, listen to the Dhamma, or practice precept. But after hearing what the Buddha says, it gladdened his mind. That means I put additional phrase like this is based on assumption. After learning or hearing is means learning the Dhamma.
Brother Alfred, I think this one is talking about the Dhammapada verse 2, Mata Kundali, the foolish father.
We don't want to refer to the thing we want to tackle. We want to tackle the line, this translation. Of course, you can go into the Dhammapada because this is Ataka. Ataka means is a commentary It's a commentary. So the story is talking about Mata Kundali. So this is a person, Mata Kundali. Mata Kundali his father is super rich. His father is super rich. He's scared that people knows how rich he is. So when his son is sick, he take his son, he put outside of his house near the veranda there, put out near the veranda there. So when the Buddha passed, Mata Kundali saw the Buddha, because of the radiance of the Buddha, his mind is gladdened. So the mind is gladdened. So in this case, you cannot guess, cannot just after learning the Dhamma or perceiving the Dhamma, nobody knows. So of course, when you refer back to Mata Kundali, I know the story lah. So after seeing the Buddha, his mind is gladdened. He's about to die already. Because his father is damn stingy, damn stingy, because it's damn stingy, that means blind and foolish, never give alms one, no, because never give alms, his father never listen to the Dhamma. All right, good, we are done, so this is tomorrow no class. So this is the next one. Any question? You can see that now the translation is not easy, the translation, because this is a commentary. This is a commentary. How we do the translation is like that. Even we do the translation, we are not sure, how that this and this is connected. Cannot. You are not going to see clearly one, unless you go back. So the exercise here is too tough for a beginner. It's really too tough. Sometimes I look. So wow, really 头疼 no. But I can tell you that, like, for instance, like that, I draw a line and know that this part and this one has no connection because no connection. All right, we are done. Stop the share. Okay. Tomorrow I will be model breakthrough. Okay. Thank you, Brother Alfred.
MPC2 last page, is it?
Yeah, last already.
Oh,
Last already.
finishing already lah. Already finished.
Almost finished. After this exercise finish, that means today we already cover 3 or 4 exercise. There is all together 10. So then that means if we do at the pace we go, because the exercise is so long and complicated, the most you can do 2 or 3 or something like that. And because if you do fast, you cannot understand. We have to do a bit slow lah. We do slow, and then we have to argue by own self lah. I argue with my own self why I want to translate this way. I will give you my point of view why I want to translate a view, because I'm not asking from your how you want to translate. But if I ask you to do the exercise, then I can see, all of you will give a different kind of answer lah. But no need lah, because you follow my methodology, you follow how I argue out, how I want to do a translation, then you can get an idea. Once you get the idea, you go ahead and do your file. All right, you can understand.
Thank you, Brother Alfred.
Okay.